Over the past decade or so, Disney has made headlines by acquiring a number of film studios, bringing Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm and even the Muppets under the Disney umbrella. And Bob Iger's momentous spending spree has indefinitely paid off, with those studios taking up the majority of Disney's film slates, continuing to deliver extraordinary box office success, taking over the theme parks and boosting merchandise sales. However, with all these new acquisitions, it appears Disney's forgetting one of its own children, a brand which has blended into the background over recent years, and one most of the population don't even know is owned by Disney. I am talking about Touchstone Pictures. When you see this logo at the start of a film, you are indeed more often than not watching a Disney film, just in the way you are if you see the Marvel or Lucasfilm logo. However, the main difference between those studios and Touchstone is that Disney never needed to purchase Touchstone. It's always been an in-house venture. Back in the early 80s, then Chief Ron Miller created the Touchstone label as a way to produce films which had more mature themes than a standard Disney film. In other words, Disney was able to distribute more risque features without tarnishing its family-friendly brand image, something which potentially occurred with the release of films such as The Black Hole in 1979 and The Watcher in the Woods in 1981. And it worked. In just a couple of years, Touchstone was churning out feature after feature following its first release, Splash, in March 1984. In 1989, almost 3 times its parent, with 8 releases to Disney's 3. It can be argued that putting so much effort into Touchstone was futile, given that so many cinema goers failed to realise that these films were actually Disney productions. However, Touchstone definitely succeeded in cementing itself as a reputable Hollywood brand. Its success also led to the creation of another Disney release label, Hollywood Pictures, in 1989, to share the growing load. And over the years, Disney and Touchstone were largely handled as separate entities, with very little cross-branding or notable connections between the two. That is, other than 2 very significant films in Touchstone's catalogue, Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 1989 and Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas in 1993, with Roger Rabbit almost instantly implemented into the theme parks and its obvious Disney iconography securing its place as a Disney classic. And with Nightmare's entirely unexpected initial success and eventual cult status, leading to re-releases since 2006, now always wholly under the Disney banner. For all current purposes, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Disney film, although its origins are undeniably with Touchstone. One other notable Disney Touchstone crossover is at Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris, with the attraction Armageddon Les Effets Spéciaux based on the 1998 Touchstone film Armageddon. Over the years, Touchstone has released films in collaboration with many other non-Disney studios, including Paramount, most recently being part of a distribution deal with DreamWorks since 2011. It is interesting to consider that Disney has been more inclined to market their acquired studios alongside their original content as opposed to Touchstone. At the 2015 D23 Expo, for example, Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar, Disney, Marvel and Lucasfilm were all presented as equals. Touchstone was nowhere to be seen. That being said, it appears Touchstone may currently be in limbo following the release of their last film, The Light Between Oceans, which was released in only September 2016, but with their upcoming slate presently empty. The future of Touchstone is uncertain at the minute, with the brand apparently inactive, likely as a result of Disney's wider appeal and the success of ventures such as Pirates of the Caribbean, which were initially thought to be a risk due to their more mature nature. I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts on Touchstone Pictures and whether you were aware of its association with Disney. Join the discussion down below and join me on Thursday as we discover whether Walt truly lived at Disneyland. I am Joseph Worthington and this is Quella's Fur Coat. Be sure to subscribe for more Disney videos and don't stay too long.